The answer to this question is actually one of the more interesting times at Fluidigm. So I recruited an executive staff that I was really proud of, really smart people, and we had all these different application ideas, and we would sit in my staff meetings and just argue like crazy. I mean, it just, for weeks, we just argue about, this one and that one and all this other kind of stuff. And I really thought when I finally got all these people who were way smarter than I was together in a room, and we just talked it through, that we'd come to an answer. And that wasn't happening, not at all. And my wife and I actually went away to the Caribbean for Christmas, actually for New Year's, and I spent the entire time, almost the entire time, sort of waist deep in water, just like this, staring out at the horizon, trying to figure out what in the hell am I going to do. And on vacation, I'm the kind of person who likes to climb mountains and run around and do all this kind of stuff. My wife thought I'd gone at the deep end. While I was out there, I had an idea. My idea was, okay, if we can't decide, then I'm gonna set a deadline to make a decision. I'm gonna create a process, and the process is gonna be, we're gonna pick our top 5 applications. We're gonna do it in half an hour, and then we're gonna organize teams around each one, and each team is gonna do the same thing. They're gonna try to prove feasibility of the product. They're gonna write a business plan. They're gonna write a manufacturing plan. They're gonna identify intellectual property risks and issues and how to deal with them, and any sort of partners and allies that we might need in order to be able to commercialize this. They're all going to have the same rules. They're going to have the same formats. And we're going to, we said go on January 2nd, 2002. And I said we're going to decide on February 28th. And that's it. Go. And each team had an executive champion, and each executive had their favorite application. And it was wonderful. It was one of the more fun times in the company's history. It was, there was all kinds of invention, just unexpected things happened. Protein crystallization, for one. And people just did a phenomenal, phenomenal job. It's also part of this thing where we had waited just to the right point to decide, and then when we started this process, just everybody was into it to do their best to come up with the very best answer. And we stuck to it. We came up with, we didn't have a complete answer at the end of it, and we relied on collective judgment, but we did have an unexpected result, which was that our best shot was clearly protein crystallization. But I have to tell you, we still made that decision without having all the answers. There were a bunch of unknowns still at that time, including actually whether or not protein crystallization would work repeatably in the chips.